Hi, welcome to Card and a Cuppa for, what are we, Wednesday the 20th of November 2024. My name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, so welcome. Today we're doing sketches. We're doing our 12 weeks of Christmas and I think we're up to week 8. And we're using sketches, so that's what we're doing. So let me just make sure I am live in the right place before we start, so bear with me while I double check. Looks like hi Briar, looks like I am because I can see comments, so that's really good, so yay. Okay, let's just, if I do that I can see the comment. Hi Lynn, how are you? That's great, I'm in the right place, yay. So yeah, we're using sketches from the catalogues to make some really easy cards. If you follow a sketch, it takes a lot of the mental strain out of trying to work out what to do. If you've got a sketch you can follow it, it really does help. So that's what we're doing. So I've chosen a sketch from the mini catalogue. So let's go down to the craft desk and we can get started. Let me just make sure I can see comments. There we go. I think that's worked. I think it's working. Let me just look. Okay, let's keep going. So this is the holiday mini catalogue that we're getting a sketch from today, and I am using this one here, the bottom right, the very bottom right one. I'm going to use that sketch today, so I'm going to tick it off so that we know we've done that one. Well, we've nearly done it. Hi Margaret, how you going? I see over on Linda's videos that you're packing up your house and moving. That's such a big thing. Moving house, I think, is one of the most stressful and exhausting things to do. But sometimes it's you've got to do it, so you know, and in the long run it works out to be the best thing. So I wish you well with your moving house, and I'm sure it will all go according to plan. So as I said, we're doing this bottom right sketch in the mini catalogue on page 16. That's what we're going with. I have made a couple of samples, so I'll show you those and I can tell you where I've got the products from. Just getting rid of the envelopes that I put with them. So as I said, if you use a sketch, it really helps take stress and pressure out of creating cards. So as you can see, we've got either the card base or the matting piece, that rectangle behind. Oh, you're moving too, Lynn. Where are you moving? Hi, Marilyn. Where are you moving to, Lynn? Goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we moved here to East Gosford 8 years ago, just over 8 years ago. And we kind of downsized because our daughter was overseas in America dancing at the time. And we honestly, well, particularly me, I honestly thought that she was going to live overseas for the rest of her life. I just thought that was the way it was going to pan out. And we had a very big house, family home, so we downsized and we moved into a townhouse. It's a 4-bedroom townhouse, but it's still a downsize. And something that we could lock up and go. We're not in a complex, so we're in like a duplex type of situation. And but still, you know, we could have just got a mower man to come and do our front yard to keep it tidy if we were away for any length of time. And then lo and behold, 4 years ago she came back to Australia to live. Actually, it's probably more than 4 years now, and she's married and expecting her first baby, and there you go. It's gone on the web today. Oh, so your house has gone up on like realestate.com. Yeah. Big decision. Yeah, big decision. So I do not envy you, but it will be well worth it. particularly if you're going to be closer to family. So that will be worth it. Anyway, let's move on to something light and fluffy compared to moving house. Packing boxes, packing tape. I hate that sound of packing tape. Ugh. So this is the sketch we're doing. I should have blown it up, but I didn't. Sorry. Thanks, honey. I think it's working. So yeah, so you've got either your matting piece or your card base, the rectangle. Then you've got like a flag piece. Then you've got a piece, you probably can't see that one. You can probably see it. Oh, that will be so much better, Margaret. That'll be good for you. Belrose, but not till the middle. Oh, Belrose, goodness. You're moving down to Sydney. Wow, Lynn. So yeah, then you've got this little rectangle that goes across. You can sort of see it better on this card. And then you've got like a circle and a banner. The banner on this one is sort of over the circle and the rectangle that lays on top, but I've put my banner down. And that's the beauty of sketches. You can move them, you can move things around. You do not have to abide strictly. There's no rules that you have to do exactly the same thing as the sketch. So this one's got the piece of cardstock too. It's in old olive, but it blends in so well with the designer series paper you can't really see it. Oh, you can a little bit. And I've done stylish shaped dies for the two circles, and the only thing I stamped on this one was the banner. So this one I used, I'm cheating. This one I used the Seasons of Green and Gold designer series paper, the Graceful Greenery Vellum, that white piece of vellum that's in the vellum pack. I used gold foil, the stylish shaped dies, and the Peaceful Season stamp set, and the iridescent gold foil gems. I think that's what they were called. Yeah, it sort of gets to a point sometimes where you do have to be closer to family, doesn't it? So I'm very fortunate that our daughter lives locally. Our son lives in Newcastle, which is about an hour and 10 minutes further north. But yeah, we're sort of fairly close. So I have a brother and his family in Queensland, but our immediate family, we're sort of here. And then this one I used, let me get my little cheat sheet out. I used the Regal Distressed Patterns specialty paper from this mini catalogue. I think it's with that Regal Floral bundle or something. It's in here. There it is. Yeah, it's on this page, on page 35. It's this specialty paper. So you've got like the doesn't actually say on this what it is, but you've got white and gold, you've got red, I think it could be cherry cobbler and gold, and then you've got this leafy pattern. So that's the background matting piece I used for this card. I'm just trying to move this down so I can see how many people. Yeah, there we go. You girls, you moving girls are having a little chit chat. That's really nice. And I used gold foil for my flag piece and a piece of pretty peacock cardstock, and I embossed that, dry embossed that with, hi Joan, thanks for coming on board. I dry embossed that with the Distressed Tile embossing folder. I've used the Spotlight on Nature die. I stamped the angel from So Very Merry with Versamark and heat embossed it in gold. And then I just coloured the angel in a little bit. So you can see how, where's that sketch gone? You can see how my two cards, I'll put my little cheat sheet back in because when I post my cards up to Facebook, I need to know what I've used. You can see that's the sketch. You can see how that sort of ties in. We've got the backing piece, we've got the flag, we've got the bit across, we've got the circle, and we've got our banner. This one I did tend to put the banner across the circle a little bit, but it's super simple, super easy to make a card. So let's move that aside. So I'll show you what we're going to use today. I might use that one as my sample because I think it shows the sketch shape a bit better. I'm going to use my Distress Tile embossing folder. And yep, again, because I just love that embossing folder, I'm going to use the Festive 12 by 12 Glimmer paper from the mini catalogue, the Holiday Mini. I'm going to use the Graceful Greenery Vellum. I'm going to use some of this white vellum again. And I'm going to use the Reindeer Days paper for our card. And I'm also going to use the So Very Merry stamp set. So they're the papers we're using. So let's get what we're going to do. I've used the Stylish Shape dies. I'm using this one, and I'm going to use my 2 3/8 circle punch. I've just read your comment, Lynn. Your daughter's going to have a heart attack when she sees all your craft supplies. Just don't tell her. Can you hide them? Is there somewhere you can hide them? That's so funny. So I hope you've got your cup of tea. I've got a cup of green tea here. Yeah, I'm actually trying to declutter my craft room, and it's a job and a half, and I keep finding cards and things that the kids gave me when they were like still at home, and I took a screenshot of one yesterday and sent it to my son, and I said, I'm trying to declutter, but there are some things I can't part with, and he came back and he said nice things. So yeah, sometimes some things are just, you can't let go. I wish you both well. Okay, so this is our card base, a thick piece of basic white, 21 centimeters by 14.9, scored at 10.5 centimeters, just your normal standard A5 card base. And I've got a matting piece. Oh, I should bring my sample card in so you can kind of see. Too many to try and hide. Yeah, I've got a whole mess. I've got to try and, I'm hoping over Christmas I can get into my craft room and really have a go at trying to clean it up, list a lot of retired things again, and yeah. I've got a matting piece, 10 centimeters by 14.4, and I've got a piece of the Reindeer Days Designer Series paper. I'm going to use the little reindeers. This side's got all the pretty lights, which is really nice, but I'm going to use the reindeers. I have, what do I have? I have another piece of vellum, and it's 5 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and that's going to make our flag. And I'm using the vellum again because I just thought I'd show you how you can attach vellum to your cards, because you can't really use glue or tape because the tape shows through. So I thought I'd just show you that. I've got my little real red embossed piece of cardstock with the Distress Tile embossing folder, which will go across like this. We've got a flag here. We'll go across like that. And I've got a Stylish Shape circle die cut out of the glimmer paper, and this is garden green, so that's going to go here, and I'm not going to probably try and stamp onto this circle. I'll stamp and punch it again, but I cut one out just to make sure I had enough glimmer going around what will be stamped on, and I felt that was enough. I felt that was enough glimmer. I didn't need the next die up, was too big, I felt, so that's what we're doing. And I'll probably do a little banner. I'll work on that. So let's start. I'll move my card base to one side. Let's start layering. Yeah. So yeah, moving is very. When we moved, little Rosie was a puppy, so she was only probably what, 4 months old. And every time I put something into a box, she'd come and get it out of the box and run off with it. Or I had all. Do you remember all the brown packing paper that used to come in the Stampin' Up deliveries? I used that instead of newspaper to wrap up all my, you know, delicate glassware and china and stuff. And she would just have a ball with that paper, and she'd run off with it, and she'd run out the back door through the doggy door, and I'd be chasing her all around the backyard trying to get my paper back. That was quite funny. And my husband was doing a lot of overseas traveling at the time with his job, and yeah, he'd ring me and I'd go, I'm chasing the dog all over the house because she's run off again. Okay, now I want to just put a pencil mark at 2.5 centimeters on my vellum. So it's 5 centimeters by 10, and I'll tell you why I'm going to put a pencil mark here. It's so I know that I've got my little snip for my flag part. It's in the center. So I felt I went up too high with that flag, so I'm not going to go too high. I'm just going to go like there, and then I'm going to line up this corner and go to the point of where I've snipped to. And line up this corner and go. And that looks pretty good. Sometimes I stuff that up. I don't get it lined up very, I can't pack it until my home sells. No, well, this is true, because you don't want to be living with boxes everywhere in case, you know, it takes a while to sell. But I'm sure good time of year to sell, ladies, because people want to get established and set up in houses before the new school year starts in the end of January. So good time to sell. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then this piece is going to go across like so. So this is how I attach my vellum. I use glue dots, and I'm going to put the glue dots sort of down in around the middle of the banner of the flag, and I'm going to place it on my card, and I'm just eyeballing the distance left and right. And I like the vellum because you can still sort of see the reindeers behind. It's a little bit muted, but you can still see them. And then this piece is going to go over the top, like this pretty peacock piece. And that sort of hides, can you see how the glue dots show through the vellum? So vellum is a little bit tricky to adhere to your craft projects. But if you can hide the glue dots or hide the glue, it works a treat. And I'm going to put that over the top, and then that will also hold the vellum down in place a little bit better. Oh no, they wouldn't have liked that. Rosie doesn't even like somebody delivering a Stampin' Up box to me. She barks and carries on like a pork chop. Or even just somebody walking past the front, the driveway. Like, it's like, how dare you? She's very territorial. Okay, so I am just going to make sure I've sort of, I want my flag end showing a lot. So I'm moving my piece up, and I'm just eyeballing it again, left and right. And hopefully I've got a straight eyeball. Sometimes I don't, but I think, and see, that's hidden our glue dots behind the vellum. Okay, so then that will be my circle, and this, I'm not going to try and stamp in the circle because knowing me, it would not be good. And I'm going to use the Santa out of the So Very Merry. This is an online exclusive. Last time I checked, it's still there. So that was like last week. It's still there and still available, $42. I'm going to use the Santa because I thought he went well with the reindeer. I thought that was a good combination. So let me just grab a block. I've got my Santa upside down. It doesn't really matter. I could turn him around. There we go. Now, I could if I was really ambitious, but I'm not. I'm not that ambitious. I've got an... I wasn't happy with the real estate lady. Well, you know, they say that dogs are a good judge of character. But sometimes they just don't like people coming to their home. Okay, this is my black memento. You might know, because I probably have told you, that I do not like the felt black memento pad. No matter how much I ink it up, I could never get a good crisp image with it. So I bought one of the white ink pads, the uninked white ink pads, and they come with, where are they? I've got stuff in front of them. I've got all my Italy photos from last year. I want to scrapbook over Christmas. I've got a lot to do. It comes with a white ink refill. So the stamp pad is uninked, and you get a white refill when you order the white ink pad now. And what I did was, I'm just happy to have a spare white ink refill, and I inked it up with the black Memento ink re-inker. So this is my black Memento ink pad now, because I'm precious. Oh, you've done this idea, Lynn. Ah, and do you like it? Do you think it works a lot better? Yeah, I think it does. Maybe I'm not so precious. Okay, so I'm just inking up Santa with the black Memento, and I'm going to stamp him straight down. I'm glad that idea was helpful for someone. I got it off somebody's video in America. She had done that. Yeah, I think it works much better. And I just thought, I have to do that. I just need to do that. Okay. Rosie's asleep in her bed. She seems to be happy. Okay, let me just get my Santa colours. That looks a bit wobbly, but that's okay. Let's not worry. Dark real red. Now, I'm going to need a scrap. There we go. I always like a scrap when I'm colouring in with my blends, just so I can make sure I've got the colour that I want. I'm not really going to fuss too much about blending, because I don't think this image needs to be, you know, blended that extensively. Oh, that's a big word for me today. Okay, and I feel that this is his shoulder. It's probably part of his sack when I think about it, but no, he's got shoulder pads, this Santa. And he's got big shoulders, big broad shoulders with puffy shoulder pads. I think that was probably part of the sack, but not to worry. We'll go with that, and nobody will be none the wiser if you guys don't tell them. Okay, I'm going to do light petal pink for his face, because I don't think he needs too much. And that's his little nose, and that's his little ear. Okay, we can pop that away. Let me think. Maybe light pecan pie for the Santa sack. Well, the beauty of videos, ladies, is that it doesn't matter where you live, you can still watch. Whether you're on the Central Coast, or whether you're in Sydney or in the Blue Mountains, you can still watch. That's the beauty of doing videos. So, okay, let's just, as I said, if you wanted to really be a fantastic colour and blender person, you could certainly blend this image, but I'm just being quick and easy today, because when it gets close to Christmas, you sort of, minutes are precious and you've got to do things quickly. And if you haven't started on your Christmas cards, then you've got to sort of get a move on. I noticed Linda, my upline, did a really good video yesterday on how to make some quick cards, and I have done that stack, cut, shuffle technique, and it's really good. Let your papers do all the work, and it's just focus on your sentiments, and you get some great cards made quickly. Okay, that's his little Santa sack. I'm going to go with light basic black for, well, not that end because it's a bit yucky. Thanks, Lynn, you're a gem. For his gloves, because Santa normally has gloves on, but I don't want it black. You know what, I think that little bit there could be real red. I think that's part of his suit. There we go. Now, should I colour in the stained glass in like light lemon lolly, or should I leave it alone? I'll let you girls decide that one. Is it too much white? I'm thinking maybe there's too much white. Let me punch it out. So this is the 2 3/8 circle punch. I've got a feeling that's an online punch. I don't believe it's in the catalogue. I could be wrong. I'm known to be wrong. Okay, and I love the way this one, or both of them, both this stamp and this stamp has like a border, so it helps you decide, like line up your punch. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, now does anybody think I should colour the window behind with light lemon lolly? Let's have a look and see what that colour looks like. Let's see. So that's, I don't know if you can see that. You'd leave it so Santa stands out. I don't know if you can see the lemon lolly. It's quite light. We could also use, you'd leave it. Okay, I think we might, Lynn. I could also use light Daffodil Delight. It's a little bit darker than the lemon lolly. So I don't think you can see. So the top one's lemon lolly and the bottom one, oops, is Daffodil Delight. I'm trying to get it so you can see. You think I should leave it? Okay, we'll leave it. We won't worry. Okay, so I'm just thinking, shall I pop Santa up on dimensionals? I think I might. Pop him on dimensionals. So hubby and I are off away this weekend. We're going to a wedding in the Hunter Valley, and it's not our son's wedding. They are getting married in the Hunter Valley as well, but not till June next year. But this is a cousin of my husband's, and it's really weird because I have never met the people, and I find that very strange that I'm going to a wedding that I don't even know the people. But my husband has been helping his parents quite a lot the last few months, or the last 6 months. One of them's gone into a retirement village and they're on the coast, so Mark's been on hand to help with that. So I think that's sort of the reasoning behind the invite to the wedding. But yeah, so that's exciting. Weddings are fun, and we're going to go and check out the venue of our son Matt and his fiance's place. They've booked Bimbadgen Estate for June next year for their wedding, so we're going to go and have a little sneaky peek and see what that's all about. So that's what it's looking like. Let's put this bit onto our card base. Oh, thank you, Joan. Really simple. It's really easy if you follow a sketch. It takes all the brain work, you know, and the stress. Oh, does this look right? Does that match, or does that go, or should this be the right size? If you follow a sketch, you don't have to worry about any of that bit. Okay, so that's Santa. I think I'll glue him down flat, the glimmer paper down flat. So yeah, so that's going to be nice. We're going to chuff off late morning on Saturday. The wedding is in the afternoon, and our daughter Liv's going to come over and doggy sit little Rosebud. So that'll be nice. She's just going to sleep over and take her for a walk on Sunday morning, and then she'll go back home. So that's our card. Now we do need a sentiment now. The thing is, I like just really small sentiments for this card because that's sort of what the sketch suggests. And I've got a scrap here of white cardstock, and I think I'm going to bring in my retired Itty Bitty Christmas because it's itty bitty. I mean, I could do Joy and Love to You, but I'm going to use this one. I don't know if you've got this in your stash, but I kept this one because I just really, really, really liked it. And I pull it off the shelf every time I want to just do a little squidgy sentiment. So I'm thinking either Season's Greetings or Celebrate the Season. Let's go with Season's Greetings. Okay, so it is a cling one. So I do tend to keep some of my retired things. I don't sell everything because I don't. Now I think I'll use real red ink. Here we go. And I'll just ink it up. And I'm just going to... It's not photopolymer, so I can't see what I'm doing. Is that straight? Let me look. I think it's pretty straight. Let's do another one up this end just in case. If I can get it straight. I think it's sort of going downhill a little bit. So I'll kick it up at the end, at the right end. I'm happy with that. So, I am going to get my snips and I'm just going to cut it. I could use that on another card. And I'm just thinking I might actually trim it down again, make it really squidgy. See what? That's why I kept the Itty Bitty Christmas, because it's such a good little stamp set. Okay, and I think I'll dip it in the red ink pad. This is where I might come unstuck. I might just edge it in the ink pad. You could get a dauber and dauber around the edges. But where's the fun in that? When you could, you know, mess up your whole thing and by doing it that way. Okay, let me just hold that up. I don't know if you can see, I have gone round the edges with the ink. And it's a really cute way of inking up your edges and just taking that harsh whiteness off it. Now, I could put it here or I could put it down. I'm just thinking. Maybe just there. And I'll get some little mini dimensionals and put it on my little skinny banner. Oops. There we go. My hubby Mark jumped on earlier, just obviously to make sure everything was working right well for me. Okay, I'm going to put it just underneath the circle, like so. Now the question is, what bling will we use? So, I don't want to put my other card in my red ink stamp, so let me just clean that off. Okay, so the bling, I wish we had some red bling. I don't have any red bling. I've got just rhinestones that are sparkly. Ooh, we could go with the Drucery dots, but they're rather large. I think they're a bit large. And they're not right. I like the sparkle, but I think they're too big. You know what? I think the... Ooh, maybe the candy. The peppermints. Alright, I'll let you girls decide. You ladies can decide. Do we want basic rhinestones? And I've got a new pack. Or do we want the candy, the peppermints? What? First person to comment is what I shall use. I'm opening my new pack of rhinestones. So do we want rhinestones or the peppermints? Has anybody got a preference? Otherwise, I'll just go with something. No preferences coming up. All right, I might go with the rhinestones then. Okay, let's put a big one down. Oh, Joan said rhinestones, and that's what I've gone with. Yay. I'll put one down there, and don't think, nah, that wouldn't look right. I'll put one in the window maybe, and I'll put a little one up here on the red, there we go. Can't beat good old rhinestones. They're always handy to have. You guys are too, Margaret and Lynn are too tired from, oh, Carmen, you said peppermints. I'll have to make another one with peppermints. Joan got in first with rhinestones, so I went with the rhinestones. So that's our card for today, using the sketch. Where's my catalogue gone? There it is. Okay, using this sketch down the bottom on the bottom right in the mini catalogue, and that's our card for today. So that's using the Reindeer Days Designer Series paper, the So Very Merry stamp set, some glimmer paper, bit of vellum. So yeah, so that's our sketch for today, week 8. So let's go back, if I can find my mouse, to me. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a really cute little card, and as I said, the sketch takes all the brain strain out of your cards. If you can't work out what to do, just follow a sketch and you can work out the measurements. You don't have to stick to it religiously. You can just choose what you want. You know, if you didn't want this piece of cardstock behind, you don't have to do it. If you just want the flag, the banner, and the circle, you can do that. You don't have to stick hard and fast to the sketch design. So thank you for watching, ladies. Good luck with all the packing, the ones that are moving. I hope all the packing goes okay, and the decluttering and everything that goes along with moving. I hope that goes well. Thanks, Carmen. Thanks, ladies. Thank you for watching, everyone. And I will see you on Monday for my Makeup Monday. Bye for now.